Last Sunday, Nigel Mansell drove through appalling conditions to win the Spanish Grand Prix and record his 4th straight victory this year. His quest for the World Championship that's eluded him for so long couldn't have got off to a better start. Surely this must be Mansell's year. Ah, no, not the man himself, but yours truly in his helmet and overalls. But they were made to fit me, and I have driven this Williams Renault. The occasion was the filming of a Renault France commercial, and the location was the Estoril circuit in Portugal. I was cast, quite naturally, as the hero in Nigel's car, overalls and helmet, while the opposition, the bad guy in the black car, was young British hotshoe John Robinson. Now, filming commercials is more about setting up shots than actual filming. There's plenty of sitting around waiting. Indeed, it's more about hanging around than action. First, rehearsals, going through our lines in road cars. Next, dress rehearsals, as we walk through the shot with push power while the cameraman checks his focus, I check my eye makeup, and the directors discuss the images they want to create before approving the final choice. We film the shot again and again, but little do John and I care. We're already in fantasy land as we dive past camera in perfect formation and then disappear on full throttle. The fun is soon over. Time for another setup. The stars wait patiently. The director creates another image. Action. Music to my ears. Another day and another setup. And what a setup. The commercial was for both TV and cinema, so this was pucker 35mm filming. None of your video stuff. We are talking cameras, not cigar-sized miniatures. A periscope lens was hung in front of my face to give the closest to a driver's eye view that you could ever get. Mind you, I was the driver and my view was not a lot. The results, though, were dramatic. For the story, I had to catch the bad guy, duck and dive a little, and then finally blast past for the glory of France and Britain. Unfortunately, things got a bit too realistic when John's engine started pumping out its oil. The bad guy needed a new engine. While my Renault power plant would go on to record a record-breaking 650 trouble-free miles, it was now the film crew's turn to sit around and learn that a racing thoroughbred is not a non-stop workhorse. Engines cost well over £100,000 each and should be rebuilt after just 400 miles. The fuel is so special that it can cost over £20,000 to create one 200-litre tank full. Just 2 hours later, and we're back on the track, not only for filming with the cameraman perched on the nose of a rather tired Porsche 911, but also for shots filmed from the inevitable helicopter. The camera was a remote-controlled all-singing, all-dancing affair, but unfortunately neither the helicopter nor the Porsche could match the speed of a Williams Grand Prix car on tick-over. We became greyhounds held on a tight lead. The pictures were good, but the drivers were frustrated. The Williams was such a thrill to drive, especially with its semi-automatic gearbox. The acceleration was mind-blowing. Out of the hairpin in second, then, without lifting off the throttle or touching the clutch, a flick of the fingers takes you to third, fourth, fifth and sixth. The speed is astonishing. Was I enjoying it?
Oh, c'est un grand plaisir pour moi pour donner le suite de Mansell et la casque de Mansell. Pour moi, c'est un moment incroyable, fantastique.
The final commercial was 40 seconds of drama from 8 days of filming. Bad light and rain caused much of the delay, but in the end the light was right and the director's dreams came true. That really was a wonderful experience for me, and it made me one of the fortunate few who has driven a modern Grand Prix car in anger. I know what it's like to experience those G-forces and loadings, and it's something you armchair critics will never understand. Unless you come across something like this. The Grand Prix simulator seats 14 people viewing a film in-car with Nigel Mansell as the whole capsule lurches this way and that, creating forces of up to 1.5 G, simulating braking, acceleration and cornering by computer-controlled hydraulic rams. Impressed?
Yes, good experience, yes, yes.
And you're going to be the next women's world champion?
Oh, I think so. It's very realistic.
Yeah. Well, they seem to enjoy it. I suppose I ought to have a go. Mind you, I was taking no chances. This thing could take off at any moment. I felt like a rag doll in a spin dryer. It was time to leave Nigel to get on his own. The simulator lasts 2 minutes, while a Grand Prix can be 2 exhausting hours.
Well, I must admit that gives you a pretty good idea of what it's like to be in Nigel's car. But if it's not good enough for you and you want to be the next Nigel Mansell, then Top Gear is supporting the Labatt's Better Driver competition, which could see you in this, driving in the Brands Hatch Winter Series at the end of this year.